After a crazy and unpredictable 2020 NFL season, the playoffs are here in Albuquerque as the 2-seeded Vipers get ready to host the New Orleans Saints, and it's not the first time these two teams have met in postseason play.
Play action to Ailman. Cross is looking to throw, stepping up into this one. Takes a shot for Larry Fitzgerald, who's gonna bring it in for the Vipers touchdown.
Toss play to him now, and he's going to hand it back to Colton on the reverse. The receiver looks to throw downfield into double man coverage, but it doesn't matter. He connects with Charles Phillips, and he is gone. They are still led by quarterback Curtis Williams like they were 10 years ago when these teams first met in the playoffs. He's in a contract season and only threw 2 more touchdowns than interceptions. Jermaine Greer, one of the best running backs in the NFL, had 1,700 yards and 10 touchdowns. He did end up coughing up the football, though, 8 times, which could be a big key for Albuquerque if they can force the ball loose. Ed Klein is their leading receiver, at least with receptions. Chaz Duncan has the most receiving yards with only 510. This Saints team is definitely a lot more focused on running the ball than airing it out. Defensively, Eric McGrady, he's headed to the Pro Bowl with over 100 tackles this season. 3 of those were for a loss. Watkins had 4 tackles in the backfield, and Mario Williams and Ted Gray headlined this defensive line, which is definitely the strong suit of this Saints team, while Desmond Anderson led the league in interceptions. Sean Peyton is the head coach of the Saints team still all the way in 2020, but you will notice he does not have a Super Bowl record at all, never been there, because he took a 6-year break from coaching, it just seems like, in between 2009 and 2015. This Saints team is going to be down one of their top receivers and offensive linemen. Meanwhile, the Vipers are 100% healthy. The Saints had to shut out the Atlanta Falcons in the wild card round to get here, but the media is predicting this is where their story ends. Statistically, they have one of the best defenses in the NFL, while the Vipers have one of the best offenses. We'll have to see which one gives way here, as Herb is going to kick us off. Harold White, the return man inside his own 5, is going to take this one out. He's got a good return, gets away from the first few men, and I think he's out to about the 25-yard line. Here is Orlando Cross. No MVP for him this season, but not a bad year, although the interceptions are a little high and the completion percentage is a little low. Trying to direct traffic downfield, but he held onto the football for way too long. Derek Watkins gets the sack. He's one of the highest rated defensive tackles in the NFL, as we took a look at Deron Daniels, nearly 1,000 yards for him on the ground this season. Now looking for Jimmy Andrews, he couldn't quite reach the 1,000-yard mark, but after this 87-yard touchdown, considering no flags on the play, that will get him there. Jermaine Greer is also this team's kick returner. He's waving his way through traffic and looking to get a big play out here across midfield, where Carlos Devine is finally able to bring him down. Great field positioning here for New Orleans. Jermaine Greer is going to get the first snap on offense, getting shifty upfield and picking up a quick first down, 11 yards on the ground right there. Now Curtis Williams to throw for the first time. He's got all day in the pocket, launches this one to the end zone, but it's knocked away by Darren Gordon, and Loins, who finally got some pressure in on that play, is going to have to exit the game. Second down now, and nearly intercepted by Tommy Wynn, the second-year linebacker having a phenomenal season. Faced with a 3rd down and 10 now, Williams pressure in his face, but somehow able to get it up to his tight end there, Thomas Alexander. I don't know how he was able to do that with 2 guys defending him, one of them being the linebacker Tommy Wynn. Now off of the play fake, firing that one to the end zone, and that's going to be caught for a Champ Michaels touchdown. The Saints answer Albuquerque's touchdown very quickly. Here goes Harold White on another big kick return. Both teams have gotten good field positioning off of good returns. This one out to the 38-yard line. Here's a handoff to the fullback, Ben Strong. In his first season in Albuquerque, he scored his first career touchdown with the black and green. He picks up 3 yards, and then that run picks up 4. 3rd down and short, and Orlando Cross wants to throw for it. Pressured, incomplete pass right there. It's going to be 4th down and short, but they choose to punt it away with Sleepy Corrales. No running back in the backfield here, but the pass is going to be intercepted. Sliding down, it's Darren Gordon, the highest rated corner in the NFL. Tony Dawson could not get to that football, and Albuquerque's going to be starting this drive inside of the red zone, and Brian Moore's going to get them inside of the 5. Goal to go. Deron Daniels is going to get the handoff, picks up a few yards, officially down at the 2. Give it to him again, and he's going to get into the end zone untouched for 6 as Albuquerque regains their lead. New Orleans looking to respond with another touchdown right here, and that was nearly intercepted by Vince Taylor. It was gift wrapped, there was a bow on it and everything, and he couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down and 9, though. Albuquerque could force a 3 and out here, and that's exactly what they're going to do as Darren Gordon bats that ball away. Now the Vipers have a chance to go downfield and make it a 2-possession ball game now as Deron Daniels picks up 4 on 1st down. Give him the football again. He's going to bounce this one to the left side of the field, but Anderson, the man who leads the league in interceptions, takes him down at the 40. Daniels is going to get another carry, this time to the opposite side of the field, and they're going to get him just shy of that 1st down marker. Cross wants to throw for it. Now on 2nd down and short, he had Dumas open, but that Saints pressure gets to him. Now on 3rd down and short, Deron Daniels is awkwardly going to fight for that 1st down, getting us just across the 50-yard line. Now a draw play for the fullback, Ben Strong, trying to gash this defense up the gut for a pickup of 7. Draw play now for Daniels. He's going to bounce this one to the outside. Cannot fight his way for the 1st down, though, meaning it's 3rd down and short as we enter the 2nd quarter, and Daniels is not going to pick it up. This Saints defensive line, like I said, is the strong suit. 4th down and 2, though. The offense stays on the field. Cross has time, and a wide open tight end over the middle. It's Von Lewis with the 4th down conversion. Out in the I formation now, Craig Roberts, 2nd-year running back out of USC, gets his first carry, picking up 4 yards right there, and then he got him to jump. 2nd down and 1 now after the encroachment penalty. Roberts still in the ball game, taken down in the backfield, though. 3rd down and 2. They ran commit. Cross has a man open in the flat. Deron Daniels is not going to be given the 1st down. He was very close right there, and Coach Brian Billick thinks he did cross the 1st down marker, so he's going to be throwing that challenge flag. But as we look at the replay, it's a very close call, and unfortunately for Albuquerque, it's not going to be turned over. That means we're going to have to settle for a 41-yard field goal attempt from Brian Koch, who's been nearly perfect this season. 17-7 is now the score. Here goes Jermaine Greer right up the middle, and one of the best running backs in the league is held shy of that 1st down marker. Give it to him on 3rd down and inches, and this Vipers defense takes him down for a loss. That's another defensive stop as things are really going Albuquerque's way today. Deron Daniels takes that one right up the middle for a pickup of 9. Now on 2nd down and inches. Cross is letting this one fly, and he's got Brian Moore inside of the 20. He saw the misalignment there at the line of scrimmage, took a shot downfield, and it worked out for him with the 2nd-year receiver. 3rd down and 7 now. Cross wants this one to get into the end zone. Not quite able to get it there, though, as Brian Moore is taken down 2 yards short of the sticks, but the offense is going to stay on the field yet again. This time, Cross able to make them jump as the rookie gives us the free 1st down. Now we're just going to ground and pound with Daniels at the goal line. He already has 1 touchdown today. Can he get another? Yes, he can. Touchdown. Albuquerque Vipers, but with a little bit of a sour note as Daniels is going to have to limp off of the field. 24-7 is now the score. The Saints would love to score one more time here before halftime, but that was a bad throw by Williams. 1:50 left to go. Now he's going to air this one out, looking for Thomas Alexander, or actually that was Ed Klein, the other tight end, but he stepped out of bounds, and Deron Daniels is going to be out for the remainder of today's ball game. On 3rd down, he's got Champ Michaels to keep this 2-minute drill going. High snap now for Williams, the former Arkansas quarterback. He's got time in the pocket, launches that one downfield, and Alexander can't hang on to it through the big hit. 1:30 now. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Throwing that one into coverage, and it's going to fall harmlessly to the grass. On 3rd down now, Williams, he's got time in the pocket, launches that one into double man coverage, and it's the safety, Jerry Gray, who had the interception thrown directly into his hands. Now it's Orlando Cross and the Vipers offense who want to extend their lead before halftime, and they have 1:18 to do so. Cross is going to be taken down as the Saints send the cornerback blitz at a great time there. Harry McCaffrey with the big play. Third down and long now. Cross just wants to let this one fly, see if maybe you can get the first down or something, but he'll just settle for the check down with Burt Myers, who only had 5 receptions this season, and he's going to have to exit stage left. Williams through the left side of the field. Now he's got Champ McMichaels as the Saints have a second opportunity to put more points on the board here before the break. Williams going for it all right here. This is going to be very difficult, though. Looking for Chaz Duncan, and Williams, he got hit as soon as he let that pass go, meaning rookie quarterback Adrian Westbrook is going to have to come into the game. He was traded for, actually, by the Saints. They traded up to the first overall pick to take him to be their quarterback of the future, and this is his first ever NFL snap, and it was nearly intercepted. Third down and 10 now. Westbrook trying to help the Saints put together this 2-minute drill. Instead, it's another near pick, meaning we're just going to go to halftime up 24-7. The Saints will get the football to open up the second half, and Curtis Williams is back into the ball game and immediately getting taken down by Daryl Fannin. He is just 4 of 16 passing today with 2 interceptions. Third down and 9, trying to avoid a 3-and-out as they open up the third quarter, but that's exactly what they're going to do as Albuquerque still has all the momentum going their way. Here goes Ryan Franks now. The speedy running back might be our primary ball carrier throughout the remainder of this game with no Deron Daniels. Craig Roberts gets taken down in the backfield there by Mario Williams. Now on third down, the Saints are going to send another cornerback blitz, and it's going to get home. That's going to force a Vipers 3-and-out. With the injury to Deron Daniels, that might give the Saints a little bit of an opportunity to get back into this game, but that ball was thrown around probably 6 Vipers right there. In the flat, Tony Dawson has that reception, and he's going to pick up just 3 yards on the play. 5 wide on third down now. Williams steps up into this throw, and he's got Chaz Duncan. Great route right there, great connection, and that's going to keep this drive moving. Jermaine Greer shakes off the first defender there. That's Chris Diggs, the rookie for Albuquerque, who they took in the first round. That's going to limit them to just a single yard. Over the middle, it's Thomas Alexander getting away from Mark Scott, and he's out across the 40. Offset I formation now. It's going to be a draw for Jermaine Greer. Shaking off the first defender before Vince Taylor, the safety, able to bring him down. Williams to the left side of the field now. He's got Chaz Duncan shaking off a defender, and he's down inside of the 10, giving goal to go now for New Orleans as Williams is up to 8 completed passes today on a little bit of a hot streak, but Klein could not keep his feet in bounds. He was naked in the end zone. Williams looking to the end zone yet again, going to that same corner, and this time Klein got both feet in bounds for the Saints score. They are not dead yet. 10-point ball game now, and Albuquerque's offense cannot go cold with the absence of their running back, but that might just be what happens, at least if they try to run the football, because the running back out of USC has not been the most efficient, but you know who has been? Jimmy Andrews. On just 2 catches, he's over 100 yards and a touchdown. That's going to get us onto the Saints side of the field. Now Craig Roberts cannot get past the initial man, and he's just been very hot and cold throughout this season. On third down and 7, they're going to send the cornerback blitz again. The ball is out. Santiago jumps on top of it for Albuquerque, but it's going to be 4th down, and Cross was shaken up there as the strip sack from Harry McCaffrey, his second of the game, left him a little bit hurt on his throwing arm. Jermaine Greer is going to pick up 4 yards right there, actually 6 yards, as Curtis Williams is trying to orchestrate a 4th quarter comeback, and I thought Justin Williams had a pick 6 right there. Instead, he overplayed the route, and Chaz Duncan picks up a 1st down. 8 minutes left to go in the game. Williams surveys the field, fires that one, and it's going to be caught. Ed Klein is going to take that one to the house. Double man coverage, but it doesn't matter. The tight end still able to outrun all of the Vipers secondary, and don't look now, but the Saints have made it a 3-point game. Cross is luckily still in the ball game, but Ryan Franks is going backwards. Ted Gray forcing the loss of 3. Now Cross is going to step up into this throw, and he's got 5 yards of separation downfield, but that's what happens when you put someone wearing the number 49 on Jimmy Andrews. As inconsistent as he is having quite the ball game today. That's going to make it a 2-possession game yet again. Now Williams pump fakes again, and you just got to let it go sometime because Chris Diggs gets his 7th sack of his rookie campaign, and they're going to get to him back-to-back times now. the Saints defense is not the only ones who can send cornerback blitzes. 5 minutes left in the game. Cross has time, dumps this one off to Craig Roberts. He's going to fall forward, and that's going to be a gain of 9. Fullback dive now for Ben Strong. He gets clotheslined but holds onto the football, gets us out to our own 40. Going back to the air now, Cross floating that one out for Lawyer Dumas, and the Saints know all about him from his rookie season where he had his coming out party. 3 minutes left to go now. Craig Roberts bouncing off of the initial tackler, and that's going to be another solid gain, probably his best run of the day now, as Doug Sellers on the tackle is going to have to exit the game. Here goes Ryan Franks to the left side now, tries to truck a defender. He did that in the last episode. It's not happening here, but he does pick up the first down and get us out to the 20. Roberts getting us inside of the red zone now. He's got a nose for the end zone, but they're going to rule him down at the goal line, and the Saints have started to burn their timeouts. First down and goal, and Ben Strong is in for the second time this season. The fullback giving us a 3-possession lead yet again. Just think, we had a 3-possession lead for most of this game. The Saints tried to come back. They made it a 3-point game, but after 2 unanswered touchdowns, it's once again going all Albuquerque's way, as now Curtis Williams is going to have to exit once again before rejoining the game on 4th down. Stepping up into this throw, he's got Klein for the first down. The fumble is going to be forced though. Jerry Gray with the recovery. That's going to be the nail in the coffin right here. Victory formation for Orlando Cross and Albuquerque's offense, as they are now going to be 1 game away from Super Bowl 55. 38-21 is your final here in Albuquerque, and with Curtis Williams nearing retirement, was this his final game? He's also in a contract season, so it could very well be his final game for New Orleans. Orlando Cross had nearly 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers for him, completing 73% of his passes. This is the kind of performance we needed out of our Super Bowl champion, our MVP. Daniels had 2 touchdowns, and he probably would have had over 100 yards had he been able to stay healthy throughout the entire game. Jimmy Andrews on just 3 catches had a $183 and 2 scores. Brian Moore, the only other player to even have multiple receptions in this game. Darius Floyd was not even targeted once. Hopefully the veteran's not going to be too upset about that. Gray led the defense in tackles, 1 TFL for Darren Gordon. Waters and Diggs each came away with the sack, and they also got 2 interceptions, as well as that late forced fumble right there. That was by Tommy Wynn, recovered by Jerry Gray.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action.
Now we're going to look at the highlights for the rest of Divisional Round weekend. We had the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to play the 1-seeded Miami Dolphins. Dwayne Carter has been good. He's actually brought the Chiefs back to playoff glory despite his 22 interceptions this season. He's going to connect with Michael Brown right here, and the star running back getting involved in the receiving game for over 50 yards. Lawyer Bender led this Dolphins team somehow to the top seed with an 11-5 record despite those stats, but remember, his running back was one of the MVP favorites, but it's not going to matter right here because Bender launches that one downfield. That's going to be Cabrani Wolford taking that one all the way to the crib, knotting this game up at 7 apiece. Now Dwayne Carter, despite the triple man coverage, that's not going to stop him from connecting with Andrew Robinson. After 2 Carter interceptions, they both lead to Miami field goals, making this a 1-point game. Now Carter is going to be intercepted for a 3rd time, and this could be a pick 6. He's going to be shaking off defenders and taking that one all the way to the crib. Mark Baldwin with a big time play there for Miami, and after a field goal, it's going to be 23-14 before Lawyer Bender is going to be intercepted on the play right there as Chavon Martin gets the interception, and the kicker Harold Perkins, who's the Pro Bowl kicker for the AFC, actually hits a field goal. The Dolphins respond with 3 points of their own. It's going to be 26-17 before Perkins comes out and kicks another long field goal to make it a 6-point game. Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter now, Bender's going to throw that one across his body. That's going to be picked off. A big play there for Kansas City, and this touchdown could give them the lead, and that's exactly what they're going to do with the veteran Henry Martin. Now Lawyer Bender looking to orchestrate a 2-minute drill to get them inside of field goal range, and the rookie Powell gets them onto Kansas City's side of the field. Bender looking to throw again. This time he's going to go into the flat. That's going to be caught by the rookie Otis Griffin, and the tight end's going to get them down to the goal line eventually, where they could just settle for a field goal, but no. Bender throws that one to the corner for some reason. Luckily, Miami would eventually get a chance once again to get into field goal range, but this clock is ticking down, and Bender's going to be intercepted yet again. So a generational choke from the Miami Dolphins means the Chiefs are headed to the AFC Championship game. The Vipers now will be playing the winner of Packers-Bears. This actually took place on Saturday night, so a little bit earlier, and we're going to have to take a look at which one of these division rivals is going to be representing the NFC North in the NFC Championship game. Travaris Sparks is going to let that one fly in the triple man coverage, and it's going to be intercepted by Bobby McDowell. The Bears already with a 3-point lead. John Owens did not have a great season, but this is a classic Bears football team built on defense and running the football, and that's exactly what Tracy Smelly does. After a Packers 3-and-out, the Bears are looking to extend their lead, and that's exactly what they're going to do right here as Abrams gets into the end zone to make it a 17-point game, and we're not even into the second quarter yet. Green Bay, after another failed drive, has to punt the football away, but this could be exactly what they needed. Josh Houston with the scoop and score touchdown to finally get the green and gold on the board, and now Robbie Gould is going to make it a 7-point game here before halftime. Now late into the fourth quarter, we're inside of 2 minutes left to go, and Tracy Smelly is going to be held right there. Actually, that was the backup running back, but Nash will make it a 10-point game with the field goal, but it's wide right, which opens the door up for Green Bay to tie this game. Pass is going to be caught by the tight end. That's going to be Lawson, I believe, and he's got a big play, the tight end, inside of the red zone as the Bears are choking this 17-point lead that they had. Now Sparks goes to the end zone, and that's the former Niners wideout, Eddie Jackson, as somehow Green Bay comes all the way back from being down 17 to force overtime. Chicago gets the football first, but they're faced with a 3rd down and 7. Owens floats that one to the right, and it's going to be out of reach for his receiver. Remember, the Bears are down their top 2 receivers throughout this entire playoff run. Now off of a play fake. This is on 3rd down, but it's Eddie Jackson coming up with the big play. That's going to set them up in field goal range for former Bears kicker Robbie Gould to complete the comeback, and somehow the Packers go into Chicago, come back from down 3 possessions, and win 20-17 to put them a game away from the Super Bowl. Finally, on Sunday afternoon, it was the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. The Texans defending Super Bowl champions, and they're going to start this game up by 3. In fact, it's going to be up 5-5 as Defensive Player of the Year Leon Dotson forces a safety. Baltimore just keeps going backwards. This is the first time the Ravens have been in the playoffs in over a decade now, and that is in large part thanks to quarterback Glenn Peyton. He's going to be letting this one fly to the left side of the field now, looking for John Mitchell, and that's going to be a big Baltimore Ravens touchdown to give them their first lead. The Texans have been the powerhouse of the AFC for years now. Alex Malone, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They also have the running back in their backfield, and Jason Ford is an all-pro wide receiver. He forces his way into the end zone, and Houston regains the lead. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Now Glenn Peyton has all day to throw. He sees double man coverage downfield, but he doesn't care because he has a cannon for an arm and John Mitchell for a receiver. 74 yards right there. He's putting up Jimmy Andrews type stats. This pass is going to be floated up into the air, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the second-year cornerback, high stepping his way into the end zone. Adrian Crawford with his first ever NFL interception. Now they're going to hand it off to the Rookie of the Year, Kyle O'Donnell, and that's going to extend this Ravens lead here early on in the fourth quarter. Toss play to the left side now. This is going to be Jason Crawford, the MVP, finally able to break off a big run as Baltimore has been focused on shutting him down. Now Malone, he's got all day. Back of the end zone. It's going to be caught by the MVP there, but now they're going to go for 2 to make it a 10-point game, and Crawford's going to get in untouched. It's 30-20 now, but Baltimore is going to make it a 13-point game with less than 2 minutes left to go with that field goal. Houston now on 4th down is going to be going for it, trying a trick play, but instead Malone loses the football. Baltimore jumps on top of it, which means that they are going to be hosting the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship, which means Championship Sunday now is going to be Chiefs at Ravens and Packers at Vipers. One of these teams will be hoisting up the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this playoff battle, make sure you go ahead and leave a like and comment down below. And until next time, this has been Jeffrey.